Hello and welcome to Circle Time. Sue, look, our friends are back. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is Sue and my name is Miss Kathy. We're so glad that you're here. Today we're going to talk about the letter U. Sue, U is for underground. Did you know there are all kinds of things underground? There are bugs and rocks. There's soil, different kinds of soil, little sticks and twigs. So today we're going to talk all about it. But first, there's somebody that we need to feed, somebody who's under the water. Fred, we've got to do our class job. We need to feed Fred, our pet fish. So Sue, you can sit down so we can do our job together. Hi, Fred. Can you see Fred? He's right there. Here's some fish food for you. Now that we have fed Fred, let's turn around and see what day it is, okay? The month is April. Can you say April? Very good. We're going to reach into our can and see how we're going to count today. Okay, so today we're going to wiggle like a worm. A worm is something that can be found underground. So can you wiggle like a worm? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We wiggled like a worm today as we counted. And the day is April the 24th. That's the date for today. If you want to know the day of the week, then you've got to go up to the top. Today starts with the letter M. Letter M says, like when you eat something yummy. So what day is it today? Today is Monday. Very good. Monday.
Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday.
Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday.
Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week.
Well, it is time to check the weather, so look outside and see what your weather's like today. Maybe your weather is sunny or cloudy or rainy or windy. When I do like this, shout it out. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? It is out today. It is out today. Well, let's dress Weather Bear. Weather Bear, we're going to put on some pants for you and a t-shirt. And can you remember what the season is right now? The season is spring. See, the season is spring. Okay, well, that was our calendar and weather time. And now it's time for our letter of the day. Today's letter is the letter U. Do you have a letter U in your name? If your name has letter U, stand up. Sue, you have a letter U in your name. If your name has letter U, stand up. If your name has letter U, if your name has letter U, if your name has letter U, stand up. Yay! Sue, you got to stand up today. Well, you can sit down now, though, because it's time for us to decorate our letter U. We're going to make letter U look like underground. I just colored mine brown, like the dirt, and then I added some little bug stickers, and then there you go. That looks like letter U underground. There's little U. So that's an idea for decorating your letter today. And now that you can recognize that this is letter U, we'll practice writing it. And I'm going to show you how. So to make a letter U, you're going to first start at the top. You're going to go down and curve around and back up to the top. So down and curve around and up. Let me show you how to write some letter U's on handwriting paper. Parents, you can get a copy of this handwriting house sheet at my website. The link is below. Please make sure you subscribe while you're here. I'd love to continue making learning videos for your children. It is my great joy to be able to do so. So down and curve around and up. Down and curve around and up. Down and curve around and up. To me, the big U looks a lot like a big happy face. Let me show you. I'll put some eyes here. And a nose. It looks like a great big smile. Down and curve around and up. Okay, so that's the big letter U. So you can practice that today if you want to. And then this is the little letter U. It's almost the same. Watch this. Down and curve around and up and straight down. So down and curve around and up and straight down. That's how you make the little letter U. All right, let's practice little U. Downstairs, down and curve around and up and down. So on the handwriting house, remember, look for the stairs. That's the line where you need to put little letters. Down and curve around, up and straight back down. That's the little letter U. Okay, so hopefully that will help you today to know how to make your letter U so you can practice. And I know you're doing a great job listening and learning. I would love to cheer for you and give you a sticker for your handwriting paper. Here it comes. Okay, well, now we know what U looks like. We know how to write letter U. So that means it's time to talk about the sound that U makes. U is one of those special letters that we call the vowels. The vowels are A, E, I-O-U, A, E, I-O-U, A, E, I-O-U. These are the vowels. Well, whenever we talk about a vowel, we get a visit from one of the vowel people, and here he comes. This is my friend U, but my friend U has a tummy ache. My friend U says, tummy ache. Can you do that? Put your hand on your tummy and say, If you look very carefully, you can see that there's a letter U hiding in the picture. Can you see the letter U? It's his tummy. His tummy looks like the letter U. So I'm hoping when you see a letter U, it'll remind you of my friend U's full tummy. He says, And parents, you can get a copy of this and all the Vowel People stick puppets at my website. Okay, well, that was our letter time for today. And now it's time for some math For math today, we are going to be doing some underground missing numbers. Take a look at this. All right, so we're going to see if we can figure out what number is missing. When you count, you just say the numbers in order. And let's just count right now. Let's just start with number 1. 1. Now, what number do you usually say next? 2. And then 3. So the missing number was 2. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do the next one. All right, underground, there are some numbers. We can choose which one is the missing number. There's a 2. Let's start back with 1, though. 1, 2. What comes next? 3. When we're counting, 3 is next. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So we found the missing number. It was 3. Okay, let's do this one. It's the number that's after 3, but before 5. We can count if we need to. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is next, and then 5. So 4 was the missing number. All right, let's do the next one. 4, missing number, and then 6. So what comes after 4, but before 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is next. And then number 6. So 5 was the missing number. What comes after 5 and before 7? Number 6. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Last one. What comes after 6 but before 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 and then 8. Oh, you did a great job. That was a little math activity for today. Now it's time for science, and I want to show you my underground scoop. I made it by cutting a milk jug in half, and I just kept the top on, and I'm using this top half upside down to be a scoop. You can make an underground scoop today if you'd like. I scooped some things from underground, and now I'm going to use these things to make a sediment jar. So I just took a mason jar, and I poured in all the things from my underground scoop, and I filled the rest of the jar with water. Now I'm going to shake it up, and let's watch and see what happens. Shake, 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 shake. Now let's just watch. So there are lots of things floating around in the jar, and those are called sediments. But you're going to see those things start to settle. You can already see right here, the heavier dirt is going to go right to the bottom. It's going to sink. And then it's just going to start creating layers. You can see this jar is just layering. There's the heavy stuff and the little bit lighter. And then all the way at the top, you see the things that are floating, kind of like maybe the leaves or little twigs or dead bugs. Those things will probably be floating at the top. So this is a sediment jar. You can see the layers forming right here. You can see all the things that are under the ground in my sediment jar. So that's pretty cool. Maybe you can make a sediment jar today. And I definitely do see the layering. The things that are heavier go to the bottom, and the things that are lighter are going to go to the top. Well, that was our science activity, and now it's time for art. So let's head over to the art table, and I'll show you what we're going to make today. For art today, I just found a cardboard box. Any kind of box is just fine. I'm going to make a diorama. That means like a scene, and it's going to be an underground scene. So I just took a marker and made like a little burrow here, and I just stuck in like a little ant, and there's a little worm. You could also put some little underground creatures on blocks or Legos. That way you can kind of move them around and play with those today. There's a frog. You might even add in some leaves or some rocks. and even some little animals and little pet shops that you have already at your house. So you can make a little underground scene today, like a little underground diorama. So hopefully that gave you an idea for something that you can do today for art. Well, it's time for story time, and today's book is called Underground by Denise Fleming. Low down, way down, underground, creatures dig and run around, past highways and byways, squirm ways and worm ways. Digging furrows and burrows, round roots and bones, rocks and stones, funneling, tunneling, working their way through sand and clay. Low down, way down, underground. There are lots and lots of things underground, aren't there? All kinds of creatures. A fox can burrow underground. Frogs or toads, rabbits, moles, woodchucks, squirrels, baby rabbits are underground in their burrow. So this was a really fun book. God made some really cool creatures, didn't he? And many of those creatures live under the ground. Well, I hope you had some fun today with letter U, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow for letter V. V is for vase, and we're going to make a vase, a beautiful decoupage vase that you can use for a Mother's Day gift. So I hope you'll join me, and we'll do that tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day.